all light workers. Welcome to this light workers collective message. Okay, before I start, Most High God, you know I can't do this without you. And this one is too serious for me to fuck up. So please come in, take over. I am your instrument at this time. Because right now, we the light workers need to be spoken to. Because we got some serious things to do right now, which are gonna be fun too. But yeah, this isn't time to fuck up. So come in, take over my body, and speak to us. Thank you so much. We need your guidance. So let's see. So what do you want? What's the question I'm supposed to be asking most? Okay, so the question is, what does God want to tell us, light workers? Okay, let me turn this down just a teeny bit. Alright, so what does God want to tell us, to all the light workers out there? What's your message for us, please, Most High? Even if it's true. Alright, so let's see. Okay, so it says it's time to take action, but just to make sure, I'm gonna just check and see how, if it's actually time to take action or if it's time to not take action. Okay, so it is time to take action, light workers. Yeah, there's a lot for us to do, okay? So the dark ones have come and done their bestest and are still in the act of doing it. So as always, it's soon time for us to get on duty to clean up the mess and make it nice and tidy for them to come and mess it up again, okay? So it's that time of the human experience once again. I'm sure this has happened many times in the past, you know, that fight between the dark and the light. And yeah, it's such time once again, okay? So it's up to us to make the world lovely again. so that people can fall in love with God, fall in love with love, fall in love with goodness, so that people can see that life is worth living, so that people can have hope again, especially in humanity. When you look at everything that's out there, it's actually humanity that's causing all this madness, isn't it? The animal kingdom, they're just doing what they're here to do. Well, let's not talk about the trees. We definitely don't have no problem with the trees. But humans are something else, aren't they? Special creatures indeed. So yeah. So the underlying issue here is conclusions are within reach. So the ending, like I was saying to the dark ones, it's the time is up. Okay? So now it's time to balance spirituality with practicality. That's exactly what's happening. That's just what time it is. And God says luck is on our side, light workers. So if you are in doubt that it's time for you to start to shine your light the way that you were made to, this is your confirmation that it is indeed time to shine, because luck is on your side. Okay, so in these times we can't lose, because we are not destined to lose. And can I take this time to say that when the tide changes again, and you know that it is time for the darkness to reign again, please don't try and stand in their way, because you're only gonna hurt yourself, because those times we are not destined to win. The darkness is destined to win at that time. Okay, that's how this goes. So why does God make things like this? It's so that life can be interesting. Okay, God didn't make any weak beings. It's not possible, because when we search things right down to its most minute particle, we find the God particle. And God is infinite, God is limitless. So anybody or anything that thinks it's weak, it's because it's not seeing things from the correct perspective. And it's important for us to see things from the right perspective, because words have power. So the things that we tell ourselves, we give those words power over ourselves. So if you tell yourself you're weak, you're going to be weak. If you tell yourself you're strong, you can do this, then you're going to be strong. And when in doubt, a prayer, you can't go wrong with a prayer. A prayer is like calling on that extra power. A prayer is like conjuring your magic, but really you're conjuring your magician, because we excel on God's power, not our own. And when I say God, I'm talking about whatever you may subscribe to, whether it's Buddha, Krishna, Great Spirit, universe, the all, whatever it is that you identify it as. I'm talking about the Supreme One, the creator of all things, the creator and sustainer of all things. So let's not get caught up on titles, because there is only one. And if you're on the side of good, if you're on the side of light, then we are serving the one, no matter how many different names and identities we may give to it. And that's the truth of the matter. Okay? So we, the light workers, are here to be the difference in this world. Let me turn this down. Yeah, so we, the light workers, are here to be the difference in the world. We are supposed to be able to see past all those boundaries that they put up. All those boundaries that were made to divide us, because divide and conquer is still and forever will be a thing. We are stronger together. Energy is everything. So imagine if we're all on that high frequency wherever we are in the world. Because I would imagine life has been very cruel to you, like it has been to me. But those of us who are to a certain level in tune, we will know that this cruelty was only done to teach us, to strengthen us, to train us, because we were not given a mindset of defeat. If we take on a mindset of defeat, is because we choose to take that on. But naturally, we were given a mindset of being a conqueror, because that's who we are. That's what we came to do. We are winners by nature. And that's the reason why your life has been so hard up until this point. And because your life was so hard and you've developed so much as a result of those hardships, that's the reason why you are a cut above the rest. So our lives were hard for such a time as this one. So God is trying to teach us that no matter what hardships come, don't allow it to make you quit, or else you lose. It shows that you did not understand the assignment. Okay? So, we are winners. That's what we do. So, although we were incredible, we were very much hated because of jealousy. Why? You see, the thing is, we are very blessed, but we're also very cursed. And it's like people want to be jealous of us for our blessings. The question is, I mean, if you want to take my blessings, then you need to take my curses too. I bet you they wouldn't want to do that. So, ignore those people. Don't worry about them. And don't train yourself to love people's company either. Train yourself to be most happy with your own companionship. Be your strongest. But sometimes we are all that we have. There are going to come times where we are all that we have. Just you and your God, alone. In some more crazy situations. Are you ready? Are you ready to win? Are you ready to heal the world? Have you taken the time to heal yourself? If you're not healed, you can't heal anybody. You know that, right? So if you've been broken, if you've been discouraged, it's time for you to recognize who you are and why you were going through these mad things, or why you are going through these mad things. Nobody else's life is quite as mysterious quite as mysterious as yours, and outright annoying if you allow it to annoy you. God wants us to be in the midst of the storm but still have peace, because only when you have peace you can truly shine the way you're supposed to. Only when you have peace you can heal people like you're supposed to. I'm not gonna sit here and go on like I know everything, because I'm still learning just as you are. But I've been called to do this message, and so here I am. God has only given me so much information. But hopefully what was said in this reading, it should be enough to at least get your fire started. Should be enough to at least bring you the water that you need as well. Because that's what light workers is about. Light working is about being balanced. We all need to be in that Libra energy, being impartial. We are the Justice League. In whatever area of life God has put you, we were put there because we can handle. We were built for that, okay? So, go out and conquer. God says, don't let your past hold you back. Precisely. So all those mad things that we've been through, all those things that happened to us that could make us shut off ourselves from the world, all those things that happened to us that could make us cold and uncaring, and make us feel like giving up, and make us feel like ignoring all human beings because They've been so wicked to us. God says, don't let that hold you back. You're built greater than that. You're built more powerful than that. I asked God one time, I did a reading too. Sorry, I need to put my legs up because my circulation is shitty. They're doing a lot of dumb shit to me. So I'm speaking from experience. But I asked God one day, how do you know that you're a chosen one? AKA light workers, all the names that we have, right? I was doing a reading and I thought this reading would have been so complicated. Guess how many cards came out for God to explain to me how you identify yourself as a chosen one? One card came out. And the card was the strength card. And it was from this deck here. Radley Valentine's deck. And the card said, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. One single card God sent out to explain to me, how do you know you are a chosen one? I'm going to get the card so I can read you exactly what it says. And when I read it, I was like, yeah, that basically sums it. That basically sum it up proper. Okay, let's see. I think it's a blue card. Not really sure. Seriously? Don't tell me I passed it. Just bear with me 1 second. Yeah, it must be one of these dark blue cards. There we go. The strength card. It says, the grace and inner strength needed to overcome challenges. The power of kindness and forgiveness. It's time to embrace how wonderful you are. This is the one card that God sent out to explain to us how to identify yourself if you're a chosen one. If you're found with these qualities, then you know you've been chosen. Because God knew that we would be put through a lot of tests. God knew that we would be put through a lot of hardships in order to build us and train us, to make us resistant. Okay? So we're not meant to hold on to our training. We're not meant to hold on to you know the movie Divergent. You see when they put that thing on their head and they put them like in a computer simulation. That's what it is. Everything that we've been through in the past is like simulations because they are meant to prepare us for the future. Okay? Because it's like you could give, let's say 5 people put 5 people through those same tests. Each one of them will respond to that same test differently. And what makes you different is the fact that you have the grace and inner strength to go through and not only go through it and conquer it, but also be forgiving and kind to the ones who put you through it. Now that takes strength, because when people hurt us, the first thing we want is revenge. It's natural. But when you recognize who you are as a being after your own divinity, you don't prioritize revenge. You even try to quell that fire within you, because if you don't, it will destroy you. Because we feel things on a next level, but we also have the power to restrict and restrain ourselves. We have great resilience just as much as we have great power. And right now, we are being activated. We are being activated, and this isn't simulations now. This isn't us going through our own shit now. I'm not saying that you can't get stuff wrong, because nobody is completely right. And when you're working for God, even when you get stuff wrong, you still got it right. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because God is the great mathematician, so you don't need to worry about that. But I'm trying to say, it's just like me when I came on to do this reading. Now, usually I would come on and do my readings and I would just do it because I have reserves that God put in me. Knowledge reserves, just strength reserves. But because I know how delicate this mission is, I had to pray first for that extra boost of that extra boost of like being on point, because I don't want to say the wrong thing to you, because if I say the wrong thing to you, I will mess up your thought processes, you see. So yeah, so this when we're working with people trying to help heal people, it's not the time to be experimenting unless you face the fact that you're experimenting. So when you need to, you do need to call on the Great Spirit. You do need to call on your God so that you can have that extra boost of accuracy and effectivity. You understand? Is there anything else? I heard a yes. Okay. So let's see. So what else? Yeah, my circulatory system is shot. Okay? And my teeth. You want to see what they did to my teeth? Look. Look at that. With their dream potions, whatever the hell they put in them is messing with my system in some next way. God knows what it's doing to my inside. My skin has a whole bunch of like little black wart things all across my yeah. But we have the grace and inner strength to overcome. So the thing is, they play with our beauty, they play with our health, they play with our family. A lot of us probably don't even have family around us. We don't have friends, not because we don't want to, but because our opposers, they tend to use any and everything that they can against us in an effort to break us. That's why it's so important for us not to be broken. Because when you're broken, you can't help nobody to heal, because you're going to have to heal first. You see? So all the dumb shit that they do, if they send somebody to rape you like they did me, okay? They send people threatening to kidnap and rape me. What else did they do? I don't have no family around me except my daughter. Yeah, we've been put through some madness. They were allowed to put us through these things so that we can relate to other people who are also going through these hardships and help them to heal. Okay, that's why a lot of times when I'm doing my readings, I tell people, don't just go through your sufferation and leave it at that. When you go through your sufferation, you need to either turn it into a book or turn it into a play or turn it into a song, because art imitates life. And that's how you can reach out to a lot of people, because you're not the only, whatever you're going through, just know you're not the only one. There are other people going through it too, but different people have different thresholds when it comes to managing these difficulties and overcoming them as well, you know. And if you are a light worker, if you know you're a light worker, no matter how upset you are right now, know that you have the power to calm yourself back down. I know being upset feel good sometimes, because we need that sometimes. Sometimes we need to have a good cry and all that, but don't stay there. You see, that's the difference, because you are human too. You're a human trying to attain your divinity or trying to express your divinity, but at the end of the day, you're human too. So allow yourself to feel your human feelings and go through your human things, but don't stay there, because that's not all that you are. And you're supposed to be conscious. That's what makes us different. We're conscious of the fact that we're not just human, we're also divine. Okay, we can overcome, we can do this. And when we feel like we don't have enough in our reserves, we pray and ask for the master to come in and take over, you know. That way you can't lose. Whatever happens, trust the process, keep moving. Hindsight is 2020. When you're in the thick of things, sometimes it just doesn't make any sense to you. All you can feel is the mad emotions that you're going through. One more time. Okay, let's see. What's the last message God wants us to take away from this reading? Okay, before I go on, let's see how this is meant to be. This is meant to be upright. Okay, I see the light this way. Okay, it's upright. So we have the exalting God. We have the Fool card. The exalting God. I'll read what it says at the bottom. It says, will and new beginnings. Assists with difficult and great undertakings. Exactly. So your God is ready to help you with those difficult and great undertakings that we're about to jump into. Life is about to get very interesting. And we have the Magician. So the Fool and the Magician. So what other way to say, don't be afraid. You can do this. The Fool is don't be afraid. And Magician is, yeah, you can do this. And you have God with you. So we could definitely do this. That's what we were created to do. So this Magician card says the generous God. It says spiritual wisdom and magic. Helps one gain wisdom and discover hidden secrets. Ooh. So there's a lot more for us to learn. So some things are going to be revealed to us in a moment. Oh boy, life is gonna get very interesting, guys. I hope you can see that properly. Because I always say to myself, yo, this is like Harry Potter. Because life is so magical, but they never wanted us to know. So that fact has been hidden from us. But slowly, we can't help but be who we are. So magic is slowly emerging. And it's just like, damn. It's kind of scary and kind of cool at the same time. I've seen some things, so at least I've been given little glimpses of this and that, and I've been taught to do a little something here and there, so I know that how should I describe them? I know that mystical things are possible, things that cannot be explained, right? Like, I mean, there's an explanation for everything, but things that will boggle your own brain or our own brain. When we see the things that they're doing, gonna be like, for real? Like all that fucking invisible shit, you know, cloak of invisibility and Harry Potter. That shit is real. You know? I don't know if they use a cloak. I don't know how they do it, but yeah, they could be around and invisible. The question is, how do we show them up when they're around and they're invisible? Because I smell them. I smell people when they come, but I can't see them. So yeah, life is about to get interesting, and we are the stars of the fucking show, so yeah, we can't lose. So anyway, my lovelies, let us link up worldwide in a spirit of healing. But don't be so nice that you can't be beastly too, you know, because right on this channel we're called the Beauty and the Beast Collective, because there's a time to be the god or goddess. There's a time to be the god and goddess within you, and there's a time to be the devil, the Satan or Sataness in you. We were made with good and evil for a reason. Sometimes it takes fire to bring that balance, and like I said, we all need to be in our Libra energy right now. So if bringing justice back calls for fire, then fire it is. If it calls for water, which is compassion and that, then compassion it is. If it calls for wind, which is us speaking out, then wind it is. And if it calls for earth, mean you being unmovable, then earth it is. So fire is that passion. Fire is if you have to fight, if you have to shout, if you have to, whatever you have to do to defend yourself, whatever you have to do to defend your honor, you have the right to protect yourself and whoever you're in charge of. Okay? So, good luck to us all. And I'll be doing readings and stuff in the future, kind of keeping us updated. When God inspires me to do a reading, I will make sure that I bring us any messages that God wants us to know at this time. Okay, so thank you so much for watching, and let's go and be great. Let's go and be mysterious. Let's go and discover some mysteries. Shit, heart attack. Yeah. Try and let your heart be still. Breathe. See, the old heads in this, they know what I'm talking about. But us young uns, yeah, we're about to discover some very interesting things. Alright, so take care of yourself, alright? And the people around you. Bye-bye.